This video is for a 1984 Ford F700, and it has a Holland model 83A-36 boom, which is articulated, and it has a platform height of 36 feet and a working height of 42 feet once you're up in the air. The truck has a 8.2 liter Detroit diesel V8 and a 3-speed automatic Allison transmission. It's very reliable. There's no leaks in the engine as far as coolant or oil or transmission or air. I'm the second owner. I bought it in 1995 from a dealer that had purchased it in bulk from a utility company in Pennsylvania. So the truck was maintained fairly well before I purchased it. I've owned the truck since 1995. It's been maintained by Johnson & Towers every year, and it goes through its yearly maintenance. There's 9,600 hours on the motor. It just passed its 2019 emissions test. I have all the maintenance records for the truck, and if you're interested, call me and I can provide any other information that you'd like to know. It comes with the Ford F700 shop manuals and electrical diagrams, and also all of the documentation for the boom, the mechanical and electrical connections and parts breakdown. I use this truck for outside plant telecommunications work, putting up security cameras, fiber optic work, and it's very reliable. This is the inside of the truck. It's fairly clean. It has air brakes. It's 22,000 pounds, so you don't need a CDL license to operate it. There's 128,000 miles on it. I bought it when it had 113,000 miles, so over the last 20-something years I've only put about 800 miles a year on it. So it doesn't get a lot of use, but it is maintained well. All the controls work. Tachometer, speedometer, all the gauges work. The vent and heater work, no problems. The truck has new paint on it. The boom is insulated. It's fiberglass. And all the hoses are non-conductive. The truck doesn't need outriggers. It's very reliable. It starts every time. Once the air pressure is between 90 and 120 pounds, it will allow you to release the safety brake. Put it into gear and the truck moves. The transmission has got about 5,000 miles on it. It was rebuilt about 5 years ago. It's currently registered in New Jersey. It's insured. I don't use it very often, but it's always here ready to go. Once you stop, you want to park it, you put it in neutral, set the safety brake, and you're done. When the transmission was replaced, we also replaced all the gears in the gearbox in the PTO, and the pump, the hydraulic pump for the PTO is replaced. So it's got a fair amount of new parts on it over the years, and it's been maintained. This is the engine compartment. Here's the air pump. The truck has a ladder rack on the side here for an extension ladder. Fits right here and lays up on this one. The truck has a hydraulic PTO. When you want to operate the boom, you have to throw it into gear and then engage the PTO and then put it back in neutral. The boom has upper and lower controls. Right now it's on the lower control, which if you pull this out, then these lower controls operate the boom. You have two controls, one for the upper arm and one for the lower arm. And then this other control will rotate the boom. If I push this lever in, we can go to the upper controls. In the upper bucket, we have your hydraulic fittings. You can attach your hydraulic tools to this. You know, like saws or drills or a cable puller. And then this lever here sends oil pressure to the tool. We'll take it up. The boom's now all the way up in the air. All the lights on the truck work. Headlights, running lights, side lights, tail lights. The backup lights work, and there's also a backup alarm, which you can hear. Turn signals. Your hazard lights work. Here at the end of the boom, you've got your emergency stop and start buttons. If you're up in the air, you can start the engine, stop the engine, And if you lose your power, the motor quits, you can't get it started, you have this emergency pump button. So you just press that button and it gives you hydraulic power, and you can use your controls to get down. The truck has emergency LED flasher system lights, and you just flip this switch on here. This button you push and it has a control unit. You have up to 7 patterns that flash on the lights, which is set for this pattern here. But you can change it. These flashers are independent of the emergency flashers that are stock on the Ford. Got your ground, truck ground, and you're working your power. You can drive the ground rod into the ground, unwind this 25-foot coil wire, and attach it with this special bracket to your ground rod. The interior is clean, seats in decent shape. Nothing really broken or damaged, just old. Here's some faded plastic. The truck comes with a wheel chock, hitch for the back, safety harness. When you're up in the boom, you can connect that up to the D-ring, and just a hard hat.